All right, guys, back tonight again, working on the 200. We got a pretty good list of stuff that we want to get done, so I'm going to follow up from last time since I kind of complained about some stuff. So Slavens accidentally sent me the incorrect gaskets for my starter upgrade. However, they were super cool about it. We're like, hey man, we're super sorry. We actually can't get those for you. They had me a refund like immediately and said, no big deal. We're gonna have to change the website. You're absolutely right. So those guys were awesome to work with. However, Rocky Mountain was kind of a pain in the ass, I'll be honest with you. I ordered the carb lines. They sent carb lines that was the correct part number. We all agreed it was the correct part number. However, it was changed suppliers and it didn't work. And so they just kind of told me to pound salt. I mean, like, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not worried about the $7 that it was, but it's like, I still don't have factory carb lines. Like, so those were supposed to be the same thing. And we all kind of agreed from the picture that they weren't. So I ordered some off of eBay, which I should have just done out of the gate, but I wanted to make sure that I was getting absolutely definitively the correct part number that I needed for this project. So I ordered a factory OEM part, and lo and behold, it didn't freaking work. So also tonight in the plans is to fill up full of fluids. So antifreeze for the coolant, crankcase oil, brake fluid, flush and bleed, brake or clutch line. Got myself a new factory spark plug, which of course is an NGK spark plug, but I thought it was cool that it came in a KTM box. Some other important fluids we're going to be consuming tonight. I got my list, and then I think Ryan had already gone ahead and blew some dents out of my pipe with the hydraulic system that he's got. So we might give it another try tonight. We've just got some stuff resting on it to clean it up. Also, one of the things I did before I started the camera was I went ahead and installed the new Fender Adapter. So this is the Polysport Fender Adapter to update to the 2017 and up Fender. I've got a 2019 Fender on mine. This is going to be really cool. So this actually did not say that it fit my bike. This said it was only going to fit the SX bikes. I took a $40 gamble on it and it totally worked. So that's nice. And I got all my plastics over here. I got all the graphics on them. Ryan knocked those out one day while I was out. It was amazing. And then we're gonna do some wiring on my headlight to make that work, and then just start running through. I think I'm done ordering parts at this point though. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start working. I'll bring you guys with me as I do some projects. So Ryan just gave me a nice quick lesson on carburetors and just the way the throttles work. I've only ever dealt with throttle bodies and cables, so this was new to me. So out of recommendation from a friend, we were replacing the throttle cable. I put a new pretty boot on it because the other one was all trashed. And then we're learning how all this goes back together. So this is the first time I've ever been this deep into a carburetor, which is not deep at all, but I never realized how all that stuff worked, so that was interesting. All right, so next project I'm working on is kind of getting the subframe ready to go together. I don't have all the pieces, but got me a fancy new fender. Ryan's got my sweet new graphics on there. And then I'm just putting on my tail light on this piece, and I got this all set up. Just more pieces to the puzzle. Hooray. So going through the rear swing arm, gonna repack these bearings. They actually looked in really good shape. This one's nice and free and mobile. These are all nice and clean. Got all the hardware cleaned up. Get some maximum grease packed in there. We're gonna have this one done. All right, so the next piece I got is my new headlight. So I'm doing a 2019 or 2017 and up headlight and fender conversion for the bike. However, my bike's a two-stroke, and I do have a factory connector, but it will not connect. That's Jono. But it will not connect to this headlight because it's the whole bike run.
It will connect to this headlight.
It'll connect to the headlight, but it all runs on AC, not DC. So then I had to get this little hot rod from Baja Designs. Had a couple of bits of advice from a couple other guys.
You just pull the pin, and then you put in the pin.
So that's the thing is, so we've got to line up the connectors so that it gets the signal correctly.
And then you plug it together, and then you drink a beer.
You can drink a beer. I'm drinking whiskey.
Especially for like now, like there you go. Like he came on the first weekend last weekend and asked all these questions like, hey, dude.
So that's it. So now I can run my two-stroke AC bike with an LED headlight.
Yeah. So
I got the wiring corrected, so I'm in good shape.
so I was like, around.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just walk through what I did tonight, but I rebuilt all these pivots all the way clean, so those turned out really good, man. I was really impressed at how clean those pivots were. I cleaned up the axle real good. I greased everything real good. I did not have a torque wrench, so this still needs to be torqued. This whole assembly needs to still be torqued. I've got really nice torque wrenches at my house, so I'm gonna grab those and bring those back over here to Ryan's. We'll do that. This pivot was in great shape, so same thing, just cleaned it out real good, repacked it. So this is on there, feels nice and good. All the bearings are super tight on it. That feels great, ready to go. I still got graphics to go on there. We did blow out the pipe, so the pipe blew out most of the dents. It was pretty tweaked. It's less tweaked than it was. It's not perfect. I'm gonna try to make it work instead of spending $300 on a new pipe. Chain I'm just gonna ride off. I'm not gonna clean that thing. I'm gonna put a new chain on it and be good. I'm gonna order a chain this week. Got my seat torn down, so Ryan, in his infinite wisdom, decided that I have to have a color match seat for my custom graphics. So I have a KTM Power Parts low seat that I'm not going to mess with. I'm going to leave it. This is my factory seat, so I do got to shave this down. So if you have any recommendations on how to shave that, let me know. This will be my first seat that I shave. But I'm planning on just doing a, I guess like a turkey knife, and shave that down. Still waiting on my carb vent hoses, so that should be here Monday. And then after that, once that carb vent hose is there, get my bar risers from John, this guy who forgot to bring them tonight. I can start getting the cockpit together, and that way we can do the brakes. And then I've still got my suspension, my forks, and my shocks down at Jim Metter at Shock Zone, getting custom valves and totally rebuilt. So we're there. Again, I'm going to say this for the third video, I think, and say that I think I got 2 more nights left. Probably 1 more night worth of mechanical stuff, and then an entire night of reassembling everything. We did get my wiring done for my headlight. I got my new bracket put on, tail light put on for the new Fender. So that's ready to drop in. We're in good shape. Bike's turning out really good. I can't wait to see this thing finished. Thanks for checking in, and I'll keep you guys updated.